Liverpool have confirmed the appointment of Jorg Schmadtke as their new sporting director. Schmadtke, 59, comes after current sporting director Julian Ward stepped down after less than a year in the post earlier this season. Ward held the post, which he took over from the famous Michael Edwards last year, until this summer, and resigned. Schmadtke has been assigned the first short-term deal for this summer, which is reported to be longer than 3 months and has the potential to be extended if both parties are happy. Such a temporary assignment implies that Liverpool are perhaps looking to someone else for the role in the long run, but they are not yet available. Reports suggested that Schmadtke, who retired from his post at Wolfsburg in January, will focus mainly on the German market. Liverpool have connected with Bayern Munich's Ryan Gravenberch and Wolfsburg's defender Mickey van der Ven within Liverpool's current structure. Schmadtke will work alongside Jürgen Klopp, club figures Mike Gordon and Billy Hogan, head of recruitment Dave Fallows and chief scout Barry Hunter. Following the appointment, FSG president Gordon said, "I would like to welcome Jorg to Liverpool Football Club with the knowledge that he will bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to a role where these qualities can only be beneficial to him and to us. As we continue to provide support for Jürgen Klopp, Jorg will work with our football operations department in line with our efforts to continue to grow and develop the club in all areas." Schmadtke's appointment just in time for the summer transfer window at least gives Liverpool some sense of stability after a turbulent 12 months on and off the pitch. Speaking last week, Klopp said, "If that happened, it wouldn't be a Jürgen Klopp signature or anything, because we're both Germans or we know each other. It wouldn't have anything to do with it. I know he's a good guy, a smart guy, very good at what he does in Germany, a very successful character. His personality is good, humor is good. I've known that from a few minutes next to the pitch," he said. Liverpool will focus on signing the 21-year-old star after Alexis Mac Allister. The search for new faces for the 4 players who will leave Liverpool's current midfield continues without slowing down. At least 2 more midfielders will join the roster as the club plans to crown its first signing with Mac Allister. There are many candidates on the list, but lately there have been allegations that interest in young Bayern star Ryan Gravenberch has increased. Journalist Fabrizio Romano has announced that Liverpool's target Ryan Gravenberch will hold talks about his future in June. So what are the latest Ryan Gravenberch transfer rumors? The Bayern Munich midfielder has been linked to the Reds for some time, and his manager was even spotted at Anfield last January ahead of a possible loan. Sky Sports reported that the club had a meeting with Gravenberch's father, who is still guiding his career, in April. Back in Germany, the former board seems willing to keep the 21-year-old for the next term and make him a more important player next term. But the firing of both Hasan Salihamidzic and Oliver Kahn could turn things around. Romano shared the latest information on the status of the transfer. Ryan Gravenberch's current situation is one to watch. Bayern didn't want to talk to any club for their former board and Salihamidzic for Ryan Gravenberch. They told Gravenberch to meet at the end of the season in June and discuss the future because Liverpool are interested in him. Other English clubs, including Manchester United, Arsenal, who requested information in January, are also interested in Gravenberch. But Bayern's message was very clear, to negotiate for Gravenberch. They said that they would meet with Gravenberch again in June and that he will be an important part of the squad next season. What's happening now is there will be a new board and they have to make a new decision for Gravenberch. That could work for Liverpool, he said. So does Ryan Gravenberch want to join Liverpool? Obviously, this doesn't mean that Liverpool will definitely have a chance to sign Gravenberch, but with their future a bit up in the air, the door is still open for the Reds to make a move this summer. After all, he only had 559 minutes of Bundesliga action in his first season. The midfielder was probably hoping to play more. Tuchel has continued to appear on the bench regularly since his arrival. Moreover, there are reports that the player was previously enthusiastic about a possible move to Anfield to get his career back in the right direction. All in all, he looks like someone to keep an eye on for the next month or 2. This transfer is unlikely to happen quickly. Ryan Gravenberch and his technical ability, vision, and physical presence make him an attractive prospect for Jürgen Klopp's side. The Reds' dedication to developing young and promising talent and providing them with a platform to become world-class makes the 21-year-old an ideal fit for the club's philosophy. Alongside the existing strong core of players, the newcomers will aim to take Liverpool back to the top of local and European football in the upcoming campaign after a disappointing 2022-2023 season. Liverpool will send a young star to a cautious deal. In Liverpool, the players who will leave the team are as curious as the new transfers to come, and it is very important. For players to leave this summer have been officially announced, but it looks like there will be more. The Reds are considering selling Fabio Carvalho, which they signed at the start of the season, but will have a buyback clause as part of their deal to leave Anfield. Fabio Carvalho may leave Liverpool this summer, but the Reds still see a future for him in the coming years. Fabrizio Romano reports that an unnamed Champions League club has started talks with Liverpool on a deal for Carvalho. While many expect Carvalho to go on loan this summer, the offer for Carvalho may actually be a permanent one. Liverpool has been described as reluctant to sell. But if a buyback clause is added to the deal, he could let Carvalho go. Jürgen Klopp described Carvalho as outstanding in Liverpool practice. However, this did not translate into Premier League minutes. The 20-year-old has made just 4 Premier League appearances this season and has been out of the bench in 9 games lasting just 343 minutes in total. This is far from the key role Carvalho held at Fulham before making a £7.7 million transfer to Liverpool last summer. Carvalho is in danger of stalling at Anfield and is seeking prime minutes. But while Klopp doesn't see him as good enough at the moment, the chance to bring him back to Liverpool in the future may be tempting. It's unclear who wants Carvalho at the moment. The fact that the mystery club is in the Champions League is an interesting clue, which brings our minds to Portugal. Carvalho hails from Portugal and spent time in the Benfica ranks as a child before moving to England. Benfica is in the Champions League next season and may consider bringing Carvalho back to Lisbon. Relations between the two clubs are strong following Darwin Núñez's move last summer, and it's a totally meaningful move. Their Portuguese rivals Porto are also in the Champions League and should not be ignored. There is also the possibility of Real Sociedad from Spain making a move. Union Berlin and Lens will look to sign big to help them in the Champions League next season, and the same goes for Feyenoord, who is desperate to support coach Arne Slot. These 3 clubs again make sense for Carvalho, but it is not yet clear whether they are willing to accept the buyback clauses. Carvalho is a really talented player, but his first season at Anfield did not go as expected. But instead of staying out of the team and not finding time, it is the most logical for both sides to continue to improve himself in a team where he can play. The take-back clause is anticipated to be an amount that Liverpool will not force. If Carvalho is revived, this time Anfield could bring his career to a brighter spot.